Yes. Good afternoon, one and all here. So, on behalf of Department of Law, I Lieutenant Gaurang Rajwatkar welcome you all for this guest lecture on the topic of intellectual property rights. First of all, I welcome the Honorable Vice Principal Ma'am, Dr. Pramodini Sawant Madam, today's speaker, Dr. Hema Mehta Ma'am, and all the faculty members. Our students are there on the YouTube live. So I will tell you that we are having 4 divisions for the subject of commerce in second year of BCom, and the 600 plus capacity is there. So they are there in the online mode on the YouTube. First of all, I will request Pramodini Sawant Madam, Vice Principal, Sati College, to address today's session. Over to Pramodini Sawant.
Okay, thank you, Gaurang sir. Am I audible, Gaurang sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Pramodini Sawant, Vice Principal, Sate College. Welcome you all for this guest lecture on the topic Intellectual Property Rights conducted by Department of Law of our college. I also welcome today's speaker, Dr. Hema Mehta Madam, for sharing her time to guide our students. I am sure this session will help our teachers and undergraduate students as well as PG students because UGC has directed to introduce IPR, that is intellectual property rights, such as copyright and patent at UG and PG level. This session will also help our teachers for their further research. I now request Gaurang Rajwalkar to carry on this session. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I will introduce today's chief guest and the speaker, Dr. Hema Mehta, ma'am. She is working as a assistant professor in Tolani College of Commerce, and from last 17 years she is working over there, and she is having total experience of 35 years. She have completed her MCom, PhD, LLB, and various diplomas in accounts and law, as well as she have completed MA Rural Development, and she was university topper in semester 1, 3, and 4. Also, she has been felicitated by many national and international awards for her social work research paper, which is as follow. Felicitated as best professor in the subject of business law by ABP News in National Education Award 2017. Felicitated by Indo Global Chamber of Commerce, Industries and Agricultural, Indo Global Excellence Award for the Higher Education and Social Service in 2017. Also felicitated with Professor Indira Parekh, 50 Women in Education Leaders Award in 2017. Till now, she have completed almost research paper in almost 23 states and national and international seminars and conferences. She have total 14 publications for her research paper in various conferences. Also, she have successfully completed one minor project sponsored under the UGC grant. This is very heavy profile, ma'am, and I hope I'm sure that our students will get benefit out of it. Right now, you are in the our viewers also, and it will also help our students to mold them for the better future in the subject of business law as well as in the subject of law also. I request Dr. Mehta, ma'am, to kindly head today's session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Gaurang sir. I would convey my regards to Pramodini madam, to your esteemed principal, for giving me this opportunity. I got an opportunity to take a live session in your esteemed institution in the year, I think it was 2020. But then because of lockdown, we are not able to have a physical sessions. And a very apt session is there, which is going to be truly beneficial to the students. So as the word says, intellectual property rights, I would first like to share my PPT. Just give me 1 minute. So we are going to cover up three very important topics which are going to be beneficial to us, irrespective of whether we are a commerce student, science students, or art students. Because whenever we speak about, say, copyright or patent right, students think, oh, it would be mainly concerned or associated with the science students. It is not so. We will see how it is associated to us, how it is going to be beneficial to us all. So before I start with the PPT, certain instructions are must to be shared. That this PPT actually is being prepared by me only for the purpose of sharing knowledge and for imparting classroom teaching. This makes the study very easy, very interesting, and also generates interest among the students. Almost all the data today we get is available in the open source, and it is a secondary source of data. Many case studies I have involved in my study in these presentations of today, and nowhere I have an intention to criticize anyone or to promote or to make someone very much famous or defame someone or glorify any person or brands and whatever it be. This is only with the purpose of studies, and therefore if anyone thinks it is like that, I am well in advance saying it is an unintentional part, and apologies are sought well in advance for any such unintentional events or happenings. Going to the third slide, the introductions and screenshots. Almost every material that is available today is in the open source, and we many times extract many of the things. So this is the actual property of the companies which are promoting or which are sharing this information, and it is only here being going to be used for enhancing our knowledge. I think the slides are moving. We are to the slide number 4. So many times it happens that many people say that, can we use your PPT? I'll be very honest that this is only for the purpose of education, because whenever we use someone's creativity without permission, it is amounting to violation of someone's rights, or we can say it is infringement of the fundamental rights. So let's start with the background of intellectual property. I go in a reverse way. First, I start with the word property. So when I say property, many times students says, ma'am, it is bank balance, it is jewelry, okay, it would be land and building. Fine, absolutely accepted, right? So whatever you're saying, you made an investment, it is because of your hard work, you were able to make some money, make some form of investments. This would be helping you to generate assets or property. Now, in reality, what happens, we are having two types of property. One is known as tangible property and other is intangible property. So what we are able to either take from one place to another, or which is, actually set up at one particular place, and we are able to touch, we are able to see, we will be calling such property as tangible property. So in tangible property, we have movable, like you can take your vehicle from one place to another, right? And in case of immovable, the land and building you are having, it comes under the category of immovable property. Now, intangible property, many times we are not able to see, but what happens, we are able to feel. We are able to feel, and therefore intangible property is divided into two categories. One is copyright, and other we are dividing into industry property, which would be consisting of patents, trademarks, and designs. Okay. So before I go ahead, I will like to, say something. Do you like to copy? See, simple question it is. Do you like to copy someone's creativity? You will say yes, because it makes your work very easy. But if someone is copying your work, would you like it? Answer is no. I don't want anyone should copy my work, because it is my creation, it is my ideas, which I don't want anyone should copy, that too without my permission. If you know, today also, if an article is shared on the Facebook and you love that article, we many times say, please, can I share on my page? Obviously, that article does not belong to that person also. But many times people get annoyed that I searched this article and I've shared this article on my Facebook and people are just taking it away. Okay. So no one likes it. But the thing is, we like to just take away the creativity of other person. I'll give very simple examples what we have done in our school days. Especially when we had a drawing period. And one of the topic every year we had till we had this subject, optional subject, was to draw scenery. And maybe in a first standard or second standard, teacher had drawn scenery on the board. Water is flowing. Then there are, coconut trees. We have mountains. Sun is rising. There is a small boat floating. There would be some people sitting on the beach. Okay. And the same concept was in our mind. Scenery ka matlab hota hai samundar ka kinara. We never thought of what does scenery means and to identify from the dictionary that in scenery, can I draw even the rising sun early in the morning when we see sun is rising and is rising from the clouds, the way the rays are, emerging. Can I draw that also as scenery? Yes, that is also scenery. So whatever you see in nature early in the morning, birds are flying, the sky color is, different. In the evening timing, you may find sometimes sky color is yellowish, orangish color, and a typical type of environment you're able to experience. Then in that case, even that you can draw scenery. But the thing is, we never, thought, is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, okay. We never thought of, asking our teachers or even our parents, what does scenery means? Same way, suppose if you're given a topic of drawing festival. So I know students will say, Sabse easy Govinda ala re. I will draw Raksha Bandhan. I will draw Christmas. I will draw picture on Diwali celebration. I will draw picture on Eid. But we belong to a country, a very beautiful country, where we have people of different religion, culture. And every day we have a different number of festivals being celebrated. So I remembered when my daughter was appearing for her elementary and intermediate exams. She was in 9th standard and I had informed her that tomorrow in your memory drawing paper, they may ask you to draw festival. So what would you draw? She gave me the same answer. I can draw Govinda Alare, Raksha Bandhan is there, Diwali is there, Holi is there. I said, we have so many festivals, think of something different. And I said, it has to be unique, then only you get better marks, better grade. And she said, what I should draw. So I gave a suggestion. See, we are celebrating Navratri. Why not show at night time couples are playing Dandiya Ras? पीछे बैकग्राउंड ब्लैक करना है, इनका फ्लोरेसेंट कलर का कॉस्ट्यूम्स कर दो, आपका काम इजी हो गया. And she was little bit scared that should I do it or not. I said, try it. Your picture would be much appreciated. When she had completed the picture, all the teachers, they had informed to the other teacher that in our classroom, one of the students has done a very good memory drawing. And that was of Navratri celebration. So our mind, every person is very creative. But the thing is, we don't know how to use our creativity. We never even question, we never even try to search. This was example for drawing. My next example would be about essay writing. Now, in case of essay writing, what happens if we are not good in writing essays? We are definitely waiting for our friends. Let them complete, let them read out. And I will get the ideas. I will write down as the pointers and I'll go home and I'll complete the essay. So again, here what are we doing is we are copying someone's creativity. You got an idea, you write in your own way, it will be appreciated. But we are scared whether it will be appreciated or not, or whether I should write something. Yes, you can write in a different way, write something else related to that particular topic. It will be truly appreciated. So going to the next slide. What is intellectual property? So the word intellectual comes from the word intelligent. Now, many students, they think only those students who are getting very good scores, good percentages, they fall under the category of intelligent students. No, dear, it is not so. Dear students, dear learners, please keep in your mind, we all are very intelligent, but our level of intelligence are in different matters. We would be very good in doing some innovations, doing something very new. We may be very good in writing work, writing essays, poems, speeches, okay, or writing dialogues, or writing promotional messages. We may be very good in doing some artistic work in drawings. I remembered I had a student, should be around 18, 19 years back. She was very good in drawing, and at that time she was pursuing her first year of BCom. And I just one day said that you are doing very good designs. Why don't you sell it? And I was surprised. She informed me that she makes such two types of designs in a week, different designs, and she's selling to a good companies. And per design, she's enabling herself to earn around 3,500 rupees. So in a week time, in those days, आज से 18-19 साल पहले की मैं बात कर रही हूँ, this girl was earning around per week 7,000 rupees. So everyone is very creative, either in talking, in writing, in drawing, okay, or making different types of sounds or musics, doing composition work, or many are very good in cooking work. Everyone has certain specialty. So please don't think that I am not intelligent. We all are born intelligent. So here intellectual property rights refers to the creation of the mind. Our mind generates thousands of ideas. Obviously, we may not be able to remember so many of the ideas, but the good ideas can be brought into action, such as inventions, literary, artistic work, designs, symbols, names, and images that are used in commerce, in commercial world. So intellectual property, that is IP, is protected by law. For example, we have copyright laws, we have patent rights, trademarks, industrial designs, plant varieties and farmers' right, undisclosed information, protection of integrated service, circuit, layout design, and geographical indicators. I'll give what is geographical indicator example. When you visit to certain place, every such place has certain speciality. Okay. Like when you go to Surat, you have Surat ki gari, Surat ki sutarfini. When you go to Kolhapur, you have Kolhapuri chappal. So, the name is attached. If you go to Kashmir, Kashmir ka shawl hai. If you go to Banaras, you have Banarasi shalu. Okay. Then as many places you go, Kanjivaram silk is there. Agra ka petha is also there. गोवा की फेनी है, काजू फेनी बोलते वहां की. So every place name is attached to a speciality of that particular place. This is geographical indicators, not there in your syllabus, but my purpose of saying is to find out whether any such traditional, some product was being made by your ancestors and it is still being continued, and you're not applied for intellectual property rights, then you can go for geographical indications. Okay. Now, what is very important for us is, once again, have you come across, okay, not this, will do. The two terms we many times get confused unless and until there is a proper clarity being brought between the term dictionary and invention. Okay. Now, suppose I got a gift and I was a little bit busy and I kept gift somewhere, even I have forgotten where I have kept it. So I started searching and luckily I could find out that gift. So here I say I have discovered my gift. So the term discovery stands for finding or exploring something which is already existing. It is already existing. Okay. And only thing is kahin pe reh gaya, jaise Vasco da Gama, he started, they started traveling by ships, big ships, and they reached many places and they could realize, oh, this is a new land. Amerigo Vespucci was able to discover America. Okay, and then the name to that particular place was given as America. तो अमेरिका तो पहले से ही था, लोगों को पता नहीं था. So that's the reason we call it as discovery, and therefore discovery will not entitle you to get any such rights. You get it by means of exploration. That is, by searching you're able to find, or maybe accidentally you may be able to find. So this here, especially in case of discovery, they will not be having any intellectual property rights. But coming to invention, okay, you would be knowing in last, from the year 2020, since we had gone for a lockdown period because of COVID, many companies started, working very hard. Scientists started working very hard to invent medicine for curing COVID-19. Many companies, they came forward with their vaccines. And each of these company has intellectual, they have the patent right, because each formula is different. And still many countries, only because of this intellectual property rights, the cost of medicines are increasing. But we are thankful to them because they innovated such a unique product, and which is right now considered as a life-saving drug. Okay, so it was done when a particular situation arises and the scientist or whoever it is starts working to develop something new, and it is original and it is advanced. So such scientific or human-made artifacts, or it could be devices, processes, chemicals, whatever is, they are able to derive by experimentation. We call them as invention. So something new you have done which no one has done. Now, for example, for COVID-19, we are having two vaccines, Covishield and Covaxin. ठीक है, दोनों का फॉर्मूला अलग ही रहेगा, जिसने भी बनाया अपने तरीके से सही बनाया है. But never they thought that, in future there could be an outbreak of such a disease which would be termed as going to create pandemic, and you have to work out to understand the structure of the cell and how it is affecting the organs and what type of medicines would be needed. So around the world, there are many companies who have introduced vaccine for controlling spread of COVID-19 and to people from getting affected with this dreadful disease. But each of these scientists who has invented, who discovered the formula, they have the intellectual property rights. So here, when you are inventing any formula, it can be patented. Okay, before I go to what is copyright, goodwill and all that, I wanted to take you to one of the small short movie wherein recently I came across on YouTube that this boy of age 5 years is able to get the patent right. Okay, this boy of 5 years gets patent right. Now you will be surprised that how it is possible that a child of 5 years is getting patent right. Just give me 1 minute. I will be sharing on YouTube. YouTube. Yeah, with sound. This will generate interest to understand.
Canada PR on your wish list. Canada is looking forward to welcome.
जी हम आप
1 second.
जी हम आपको एक ऐसे बालक से मिलवाने जा रहे हैं जिन्होंने सबसे कम उम्र में आविष्कारक होने का तमगा हासिल किया है, और हम इस वक्त मौजूद हैं इंदौर के बख्तावर राम नगर में, और हमारे साथ में हम मौजूद हैं यथार्थ, जो उम्र में 5 साल के हैं, लेकिन उन्होंने एक बड़ा काम कर दिखाया है। जो उन्होंने एक बाटल को आविष्कार किया है, और देख सकते हैं आप ये कि इस बाटल को लेकर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ सरकार ने इनको पेटेंट भी दिया हुआ है। और हम बात करना चाहेंगे यथार्थ से। आइए यथार्थ, हमारे आप बताएं इस बॉटल को कैसे इजाद किया आपने?
ये अपन ने इस एक खाली छोटी बोतल ली प्लास्टिक की
जी,
ट्रांसपेरेंट, और टूटे मटके का एक नल लिया और उसमें उस ढक्कन को निकाला, छेद करा और उसमें फिर नल लगाया, इसमें पानी भरा बोतल में और फिर टैप ऑन करा और फिर पानी आना शुरू।
अच्छा, क्या कारण है आपको ये बॉटल बनाने के लिए आपको जो प्रोत्साहित हुए?
ये एक कार्टून देख देख के इसको मैं बना सकता हूँ। कार्टून में वीडियोस आते हैं ना, उन वीडियोस को देख देख के ये स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन को काम आएगी। स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन जब भी पानी पिएगा तो उसके ऊपर ढुलेगा, तो फिर अगर वो उनको इस बोतल को बनाने के लिए मेरे से परमिशन लेनी पड़ेगी और इस बोतल से पानी नहीं ढुलेगा।
अच्छा, आपके मन में कब ख्याल आया और कैसे ख्याल आया कि इस बॉटल को आपको डिजाइन करना चाहिए?
ये घूमने गए, मैं एक दिन घूमने गया था तो एक दिन मेरे पर गिरा तो याद आया ऐसा।
कैसे?
ये कार्टून्स की वीडियो देखता हूँ तो कभी कभी मेरे ब्रेन में आ जाता है और फिर वो गाड़ी में कभी कभी याद आ जाता है और तो बना लेता हूँ।
और आगे क्या करना चाहेंगे आप?
आगे मैं एक और चीज करूँगा। मैं एक साइंटिस्ट और एक वेंडर बनना चाहता हूँ।
तो हमारे साथ इनकी यथार्थ की माताजी भी हैं, उनसे भी पूछते हैं कि इनके जो आविष्कार क्या है, इसको आप किस तरीके से देखते हैं?
यथार्थ ने जो आविष्कार किया है, यूजुअली हम जब कहीं घूमने जाते थे या कहीं हम स्पोर्ट्स को देखते थे, जब खेलने में बहुत रुचि रखता है, तो जब ये खेल के आते थे उस वक्त जैसे ही पानी पीते थे इनके ऊपर पानी डुल जाता था। तो ये इनका हमेशा कहना था कि माँ ऐसी कोई बॉटल क्यों नहीं आती जिससे पानी ना डुले, चाहे मैं नल भी क्यों ना खोल दूँ। तो इस थॉट के साथ ये काफ़ी घूम रहे थे। एक दिन मैं जब ऑफिस से वापस आई उस वक्त इन्होंने ये बॉटल दिखाई मुझे और वही चीज़ कही कि देखिए माँ, अब हम घूमने जाएंगे या मैं खेलूँगा तो मेरे ऊपर पानी नहीं गिरेगा। तो इस आविष्कार को देख के मैं खुद बहुत खुश भी हुई और चौंक भी गई कि आज हम जहाँ कौशल की बात कर रहे हैं, इनोवेशन, इन्वेंशन की बात कर रहे हैं और लोगों को इतना समझाना पड़ रहा है, महज 5 साल की उम्र में मेरे बेटे ने उस चीज़ को समझा और कुछ इतना अच्छा कंट्रीब्यूशन बनाया जो किसी भी लग्जरी कार्स या ट्रैवलिंग के लिए या स्पोर्ट्स के लोगों के लिए, काफ़ी खिलाड़ियों के लिए काफ़ी मददगार रहेगी।
अच्छा, इसको पेटेंट को डिज़ाइन भी करवाया है आपने? डिज़ाइन को पेटेंट?
जी, कभी भी हम कुछ नया इन्वेंशन करते हैं तो पहले हमें चेक करना होता है क्लेम करने के पहले कि क्या वो न्यू है, किसी ने पहले इसे बनाया तो नहीं है। सो इसके लिए हमने गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को ये डॉक्यूमेंट भेजा, पूरा इनका डिज़ाइन बॉटल का, और उसके बाद गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने इसे 45 दिन तक रन करके उनके ऑनलाइन पोर्टल पे ये चेक किया, वेरीफाई किया कि इसका कोई पहले क्लेम तो नहीं है। जब प्रूव हुआ कि ये डिज़ाइन यूनिक है, इस कॉन्सेप्ट पे इस लिटर की बॉटल में ऐसा वर्क कभी नहीं हुआ है, तब इन्होंने यथार्थ को पेटेंट अप्रूवल दिया।
अच्छा, अभी कौन सी क्लास में हैं, क्या करते हैं अभी ये?
यथार्थ अपर केजी के स्टूडेंट है, मिनी हाई स्कूल में।
अच्छा, क्या बनना चाहते? कभी आपसे तो बातचीत होती है, आप तो माँ हैं, तो किस तरीके से बोलते हैं?
जी, यथार्थ हमेशा कहते हैं मुझे साइंटिस्ट बनना है। कई बार वो
So I hope if a child of 5 years can think of doing something very unique, why can't we do it? And it doesn't require any much of the efforts, but only thing is our mind, which is generating so many of the beautiful ideas. Why can't we think of, converting that ideas into inventions and get this type of intellectual property rights? So in today's session, before we start, we have understood what is discovery and invention. And many times when we are coming across with the movies or maybe the TV serials, we come across with this type of a screen which says this is a work of fiction, names, characters, businesses, places, events, locales, and incidents are either the products of the author's imagination or they are used in a very fictitious manner. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. It may happen that my ideas would be matching with the ideas of other person, but it cannot be 100%. And it may happen that the person may claim that you have stolen my ideas. The person to my I have never met, I have never spoken. We never even accidentally have come across with the articles of each other. So that may happen that our thinking process may match, but it cannot be 100%. So before anyone makes such claim, it is better to give this type of instructions in the beginning that this is our original work. It may happen there are chances of something being coincidental. So that is, purely natural. It may happen so. So it cannot be amounting to any copyright. Going to the next slide, today we are going to learn about copyrights, we will learn about patents, and we are going to learn about trademarks in detail. So what is the meaning of the term copyright? See, when we are buying many textbooks, we are buying many novels, or when we are reading many good articles, somewhere we may find the symbol of copyright, that is C, encircled C. So what does this mean? It means, it clearly says all the rights are reserved. And if you go as per the Oxford English Dictionary, these are the exclusive right given by law for a certain term of years to an author, it could be composer, etc., or to the assignee. We will also understand what is the meaning of the term assignee, to print, publish, and sell copies of his original work. Going to slide number 11, we are coming across with the definition of copyright. So as the dictionary says, it is the exclusive right given by the law. So which law it is? It is by the Copyright Act, which we had it in the year 1957. Lots of changes have happened. Number of amendments have been brought. Okay. And this particular law gives benefit to the creators of literary, dramatics, musical, artistic, producer, and cinematographic films and sound recording. So basically, if we see, copyright covers 7 categories of work. Now, in case of computer program, to sell or give on commercial rent, or offer for sale or offer or for commercial rental any copy of the computer program, the person who has generated this idea, has created, will be having the copyright. So what is meaning of literary work? So I said you would be very good in writing essays. You can be good in writing. Okay. Yeah, there would be an, question in someone's mind. Why did I had added a picture of a chimpanzee, a particular type of chimpanzee over here? So there is a story you can even find out on the Facebook or even on the Google. Now, as you know, we have a channel known as Geographic National. Here, National Geographic, something like that. Especially, people who love to do adventures, they visit forests, they want to study the life of animals in the forest, their issues, whether, the numbers are increasing or the numbers are declining and they are to the point of extinct. So one of the person had visited one such forest, I think it was in Thailand or Taiwan. And someone informed that here we find typical types of chimpanzees, which are, now reducing in numbers. But, standing in front of a chimpanzee is not safe. So this person had affixed his camera on a tripod stand, and there was a timer which would click the photographs within every few seconds. And as he, realized that this, herd of chimpanzees is arriving, he took a shelter somewhere behind a tree and he started watching as to what is happening. So one of the chimpanzee, he came and stood in front of the camera and he started looking into the lens of camera very he could see his own image, but he was not, they don't understand whether it is their own image or not. He felt as if there is another same animal inside that particular tool, instrument. So he started giving number of poses, and when he smiled, this image was caught by the camera. इसके ऊपर भी कंट्रोवर्सी चल रहा है कि क्या एनिमल्स को भी इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स मिलना चाहिए या नहीं. You may say the camera belongs to the photographer, so he should get the copyright. But the photograph was not clicked by him. The chimpanzee came in front of the camera and he gave on his own, he had, gave a smiling pose, which was clicked by the lens. So this is still going into the controversy. So coming to literary, dramatic, musical work, writing of essays, poems, writing of shairis, slogans, promotional messages. Here, the person who is actually writing, who is the actual creator, has the copyrights. And since he has all these rights, he can sell his original work. He can even communicate this work to the public, or he can get the work translated in number of different languages, or he may even allow adaptation of the work. Like Three Idiot movie was made from one of the novel of Chetan Bhagat. Two State also was made from the novel of Chetan Bhagat, and so on. Or to make any cinematographic film, or you want to do some recording in respect of the work that you have undertaken. Coming to the slide number 13, artistic work. When I say artistic, you would be good in drawing, painting, making statues, doing creative work, either in 2-dimensional way, 3-dimensional way. So who has done it for the very first time has the copyright, and such a person has a right to sell it or to make the copies of his work, share it among the public, or can be used for any cinematographic film, or the adaptation of that picture could be used somewhere, wherever the person wants. That would be only allowed to the person who has created this work. Slide number 14 is talking about cinematographic film. The movies that we see in theaters, we see nowadays on different platforms. Okay, so especially Hindi movies, we know it, that most of the Hindi movies are copied either from English movies or from our regional movies. Now, when I say regional movies, you would have copied it from South Indian movie or from Bengali movie or from Gujarati movie. That would be the case. So here, if it is your original work, then only you have the copyright, otherwise not. Same as sound recording, we'll be having examples of almost all these branches which we are learning now. So there are people who are able to produce, different types of sounds, musics. They may sell it, they may give it on a higher basis. But the person who has created this sound, music has a copyright. So the question is, what can be protected? Yes, we have the 7 branches of work that we need to be protected under the Copyright Act. One is, it is literary, dramatic work. It could be an artistic work, musical work. It could be cinematographic film, sound recording, photograph. I do not know. 2 days back, I was trying to, go through some Facebook page. और कुछ पिक्चर्स मुझे बहुत अच्छे लगे, तो मैं सोची मैं उसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेकर रखूं, लेकिन मुझे स्क्रीनशॉट लेने को नहीं मिला. क्यों नहीं लेने को मिला? Because it is being protected. Okay, a photograph is there, a computer generated work. So these 7 categories of work will help in protecting the 7 types of creator. So if it is literary, dramatic work, the work author will be protected. पोएम रहेगा तो पोएट है या पोएटिस्ट है, उसको प्रोटेक्शन मिलेगा. म्यूजिकल वर्क है तो म्यूजिक जो कंपोज करता है. सिनेमाटोग्राफिक वर्क, प्रोड्यूसर विल गेट द क्रेडिट. In case of sound recording, again there are sound producers, they will be getting the benefit. If you have taken the photograph, the benefit of the photographer will be going to the photographer. इसके लिए वो चिंपांजी का फोटोग्राफ के ऊपर अभी भी कंट्रोवर्सीज है कि फोटोग्राफर को देना चाहिए या चिंपांजी को इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स मिलना चाहिए. And in case of computer generated work, the person who has created this work, might be by doing some experiment and he has arrived with some new type of software or the method of, some different types of technology, then this person has the copyright. Now, what is meaning of fair use? Okay. See, we are day after tomorrow, we are going to celebrate Republic Day. and on the Republic Day we play patriotic songs. ठीक है, तो patriotic songs आपको एक occasion पे use करने को मिलता है. It is fair use. Schools, colleges में use होता है. Even in government departments where the flag hosting happens. Or you may, use this work for further criticism or for doing further research. Or it may be, some judicial matter wherein we are trying to see कि ऐसा matter 50 साल पहले हुआ था, तो वहां पे जो judgment आया था वही judgment हमको यहाँ पर लाना है. There are many clubs in our own vicinity who are training nowadays children for different types of sports. Okay, so they are also allowed to do so. And lastly is you're making sound recordings of some literary, dramatic, musical work under certain circumstances, maybe for some specific purpose. So then we say you are doing the fair use of copyrights benefits that are given to you. Now, what is meaning of assignment of copyright? See, many times we have seen in certain pictures or serial or song of other movies also being played. Okay. And in that case, it is like the person who is going to use a song of a movie in his serial or in another movie has taken permission from the original copyright holder. And this permission is by default only for a period of 5 years. And for allowing to use your own intellectual property rights, maybe it would be either free of cost or some nominal charges can be charged by the original creator. So what are the terms of copyright? Yes, if you're going for literary, dramatic, artistic, musical work, it is 60 years from the beginning of the calendar year, next following the year in which the author dies. Suppose one author had written a very good article. जब तक वो जिंदा था तो कॉपीराइट उनके पास ही था, लेकिन उनके डेथ के बाद, सपोज उनका डेथ हुआ था सितंबर 2021 में, ठीक है, तो उनके जो लीगल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स हैं उनको राइट्स मिलेगा स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम 1 जनवरी 2021 add 60 years till that particular period of time. This copyright will be in the hands of the legal representatives. In many cases, what happens that the work may be appreciated or is, comes into limelight after the death of the person who has committed this work. So we find out in which year that particular person died, and from the next calendar year, we will count a period of 60 years. So what is the process for registration? A very simple process. Could you see the last line? There's a link. Excuse me. There's a link, copyright.gov.in. You can write down, note down. When you're free, please click to this link. Most of these sites are now becoming customer friendly. Understand meaning of customer friendly? We are making your work very easy. Okay. So when you visit this site, there are a number of frequently asked questions. And maybe when you read that, you get an idea how I should apply for my copyright, which is my right. I have generated some creativity. I remember one student long back, should be 6-7 years back. He was actually writing promotional messages for the products. He used to make it on his own. And एक दिन आकर मुझे बुक दिखाया कि मैम देखो मैंने इतने सारे promotional messages लिखे अलग अलग product के लिए. I said very nice. And one fine day, this boy comes and says me, ma'am, I'm being invited by one particular firm. और उन्होंने मुझे बोला है कि आप सब जितने भी promotional messages हैं सब लेकर आओ. तो he was about to leave and I said, stop here 1 minute. ये इसका सबका copyright तुमने करवाया कि नहीं करवाया? Then this boy saying, what is copyright? So I understood that people, many of them are still not aware. What does intellectual property right wants to say? I said, आपने ये जो भी promotional messages लिखा है वो आपको बोलेगा बुक रख के जाओ. बोलता है तो मैं बुक नहीं रखेगा. मैं चलो स्मार्ट है लड़का. मैं वो आपको बोलेगा रीड करो, तो आपको रीड तो करना ही पड़ेगा. और जब भी आप रीड करते हो तभी वो सामने वाला अपना टेप रिकॉर्डर चालू रखता है और रिकॉर्डिंग करता है. एंड देन व्हेन यू आर अबाउट टू लीव दे से ओके हमको जरा 1 महीने का टाइम दे दो, हम लोग आपको बताएंगे हमको आपका कौन सा प्रमोशनल मैसेज अच्छा लगा और आप जो चार्जेस बोलोगे हम देने को तैयार है. मीनवाइल तब तक क्या हो जाता है, आपका प्रमोशनल मैसेज 1-2 दिन में मार्केट में आ जाता है, यू आर सरप्राइज्ड, ओके, बट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू प्रूव कि ये आपका कॉपी हुआ है, क्योंकि आपने कॉपीराइट के लिए अप्लाई नहीं किया था. So you have to make application in Form 4 along with the requisite fee. There's a very nominal fees being charged to the Office of Copyright, which is situated at Delhi. आपको दिल्ली नहीं जाना है, आपको ऑनलाइन ही करना है. ये जो नीचे लिंक दिया है, वो लिंक को क्लिक करोगे, सीधा आपको वो उधर ही लेके जाएंगे. And then mandatorily you have to wait for a period of 30 days. 30 दिन और आपको वेट करना है, क्योंकि वो 30 दिन में वो लोग फाइंड आउट करेंगे कि किसी की मेथड आपने चोरी तो नहीं की है ना. आप जो भी बोलते हो वो किसी और का तो नहीं है ना, और अगर नहीं है तो आपको नो ऑब्जेक्शन सर्टिफिकेट, यानी आपको फाइनली कॉपीराइट रजिस्ट्रेशन सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा. बट इफ इट इज कॉपीड देन दे विल से नहीं, इसका कॉपीराइट आपको नहीं मिलेगा. ओके, एंड यू मेक गुड मनी. ओके, यू आर मेकिंग good money when you are going for copyright by making a very small now suppose आपने एक पिक्चर का स्टोरी लिखा है, ठीक है ना, और आपको कोई बोलता है कि आप मेरा ऑफिस में आ जाओ, मेरे को स्टोरी बता क्या है. स्टोरी बहुत अच्छा था, तो सबसे पहले क्या है, आपको कॉपीराइट करवा के रखना चाहिए, क्योंकि कल उठ के सामने वाला प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर तुम्हारा स्टोरी सुन के पिक्चर बनाता है, देन यू शुड बी इन अ पोजिशन टू क्लेम कि भाई ये तो मैंने इनको स्टोरी बताया था, इसमें से ही पिक्चर बना है. Okay, and in that case I can give you many example. गजनी मूवी एक साउथ इंडियन मूवी पे बना था, उसका भी एक केस स्टडी आप पढ़ सकते हो. इफ यू वांट यू कैन राइट डाउन infringement, copyright infringement of गजनी मूवी, copyright infringement of गजनी मूवी. एक ही डिफरेंस था, जो साउथ इंडियन लैंग्वेज में जो ये पिक्चर बना था उसमें शायद दिखाया कि हीरो की वाइफ का मर्डर होता है, और अपना जो हिंदी मूवी बना था उसमें क्या था, गर्लफ्रेंड का मर्डर होता है. ठीक है, likewise many stories have been taken from different languages, regional movies, and have been converted into Hindi. But if it is done without taking permission, then it is amounting to copyright infringement. So ये site visit करना, you will like to see what are the ways in doing registration. If someone has copied your product, are you able to prove that it is your originality and someone has copied it? काफी कुछ है, ये लिंक पे आप विजिट करोगे तो आपके बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस के आपको आंसर्स मिलेंगे. So what is meaning of infringement of copyrights? It is violation of copyrights. यानी किसी को बिना पूछे, परमिशन लिए आप किसी का काम चोरी करते हो, या उसको ट्रांसलेट करते हो, या उसके ऊपर आप एक कुछ छोटा सा स्किट बनाते हो, ड्रामा करते हो, या तो आप पब्लिक में वो स्पेशली एनएसएस वगैरह का जो प्रोग्राम्स में रहता है, स्ट्रीट साइड प्ले वगैरह होता है डीएलएलई में एंड ऑल दैट. ओके, you are making a movie on that work, or it can be you had seen some computer program somewhere and you're copying that and you're doing it. So this is all amounting to infringement of copyrights. इसके लिए कभी भी एग्जाम में भी क्या करने का, किसी का आंसर कॉपी नहीं करना है, भले सामने वाला कितना भी दयालु है कि भाई कॉपी कर चलेगा, मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट एडवाइस इज नेवर टू कॉपी. Now I'll take 2 case studies. 2 केस स्टडीज ले रही हूँ, एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट के ऊपर है और एक मूवी का सॉन्ग के ऊपर है. ठीक है, I don't know how many of you heard the name of music director Ram Sampath. He basically composes music, and around in the year 2004 and 5 वो ड्यूरेशन के आसपास सोनी एरिक्सन मोबाइल बहुत चलता था, तभी आईफोन नहीं होता था. सोनी एरिक्सन मोबाइल महंगा भी था, लेकिन उसका क्लैरिटी बहुत बढ़िया था, कैमरा का क्लैरिटी बहुत अच्छा था. Little expensive, but to make people aware that this is also one type of good model that is going to be launched in the market. तो सोनी एरिक्सन का म्यूजिक कंपोजिशन का काम मिला तो राम संपत को. And when the music was composed, they decided why not we ask Hrithik Roshan to perform dance on this music, and it went in the same way. Now when this advertisement got released, within a very short span of time, राकेश रोशन जी was making a movie Crazy 4. अभी ये बहुत सारा कंट्रोवर्सी हो गया था. उन्होंने क्या किया, वो म्यूजिक थोड़ा सा, इसको हम थंब म्यूजिक बोलते, थोड़ा सा म्यूजिक लेके अपनी पिक्चर में डाला और वो पिक्चर में ऋतिक रोशन को भी बोला तू परफॉर्म कर, बिगनिंग पिक्चर का बिगनिंग में. Which as came into the notice of this music director Ram Sampath, he filed the case of infringement of copyright. काफी कुछ पूरा इंडेप आप पढ़ोगे तो बाद में मालूम पड़ा कि सचमुच में कॉपी किया था. And actually Ram Sampath was expecting to get a claim of rupees 2 crores, but he got a check of rupees 1 crore 77 lakh 34,600 rupees. Okay, and he was not happy with what had actually happened. बिना permission उसका म्यूजिक चोरी करके आप वो म्यूजिक अपनी पिक्चर में डालते हो. It is not acceptable. It is here properly known as infringement of copyrights. Okay, going to the same. See, he's Ram Sampath and we have Hrithik Roshan over here. 2 crore का compensation में उनको 1 crore 77 lakh 34,600 mila, which he was not happy because tax was also deducted from this particular amount. So movie Crazy 4 movie also couldn't do much business. वो पिक्चर भी ज्यादा नहीं चला. लेकिन इसमें गलती किसकी होती है मैं बताती हूँ. It is ignorance of law. It is because of ignorance of law. We think किसको पता चलेगा हमने कॉपी किया है. लोगों को इतना स्ट्राइक होना चाहिए कि ये म्यूजिक तो सोनी एरिक्सन मोबाइल का था और ये मूवी हम लोग ने क्रेजी 4 में लाया. ऐसी बहुत सारी जगह पे होता है. Then going to the next slide, slide number 25. There was one movie in 70s, Diwar, and it was having a star cast of Amitabh Bachchan, Parveen Babi, Shashi Kapoor, Neetu Singh. The movie had very good dialogues, good story, good songs, good music. पिक्चर के सब सॉन्ग्स बहुत अच्छे चले. उसमें से एक सॉन्ग बहुत प्यारा सा सॉन्ग है, which is in this song is played on Shashi Kapoor and Neetu Singh. And the wordings of these songs were कह दूं तुम्हें क्या चुप रहूं दिल में मेरे आज क्या है. Okay, song बहुत अच्छा चला. 2017 में एक मूवी रिलीज हुआ बादशाह. Okay, again here ignorance of law. Now the person who composed the song and the music, he felt that कि मैं थोड़ा ये वर्डिंग्स यहाँ से ले लेगा, थोड़ा म्यूजिक ले लेगा, पब्लिक को किधर पता चलेगा. लेकिन ऐसा हो गया था कि जब ये सॉन्ग मार्केट में आया, immediately there was a dispute case filed against this producer of this movie. When this song was played, it was like 100% it is copied. Only आपने वर्डिंग्स को आगे पीछे किया है. तो याद रखने का, आप किसी का आर्टिकल राइटअप भी आप चोरी करते हो और उसको आगे पीछे करते हो तो वो भी कॉपीराइट वायलेशन है. एंड हियर इट वाज सोचा है कि तुम्हें something like that. The song goes on and the judgment was that yes, it is purely an infringement case and an order was issued that this song has to be removed from the movie. ये song आपको YouTube पे दिखेगा. Okay, this song you can hear it on YouTube. बादशाह song सोचा है करके आप देखो और दीवार का जो song है, you'll find it is 100% similar. But what happened, finally this movie suffered. ये ज्यादा करके लोग मूवी सॉन्ग देखने के लिए जाते हैं और ये सॉन्ग को मूवी से निकालना पड़ा. Okay, and then this movie couldn't be run for a very long span of time in cinema halls. Same way, right from number of movies like a song Mehbooba from movie Sholay till today, so many movies. कोई मिल गया, कुछ होता है, बहुत कुछ है. जितनी movies बनी है कहीं ना कहीं पे या तो उसकी स्टोरी में कॉपीराइट वायलेशन हुआ है, they have done it, or the songs have been stolen. But today, people are becoming more alert. They are becoming more alert. And today, even when you're playing songs, say for a birthday party or organized on a grand scale, you have to take permission for playing that songs, which many are not aware. This could be amounting to then to infringement of copyrights. Now, this is a combination of trademark and copyright case. See, गोलमोल and गोलमाल, हम लोग पढ़े लिखे लोग हैं तो हमको स्पेलिंग से उच्चारण प्रोनाउंसिएशन करने को आता है. But what about illiterate people who are not able to read and write? For them, both the products are same, because in both the product, if you see the name, orange and green colors are there, wafers are displayed, both the person has the same style of mustache. Okay, ये काफी कुछ 2020 से कंट्रोवर्सी में है, and it is a very deceptive way being done for attracting the customers of other products to buy our product. So in this case, actually Golmol is the original company, and this company has taken objection on another company, Golmaal. आपने नाम भी चोरी किया और उसका प्रोडक्ट का डिजाइन वगैरह भी आप चोरी करते हो. नाम चोरी किया तो कॉपीराइट वायलेशन में आ गया. ठीक है, अभी उसका डिजाइन है, कलर स्कीम है, वो चोरी करते तो इट इज ट्रेडमार्क वायलेशन. So finally, why are we learning this copyright? Because your original work should not be stolen. And you should be given two types of benefit. That is, Act confers two types of benefits. One is known as economic right. You should get monetary benefit. You can sell your idea. There is no problem. Free में नहीं देना है. कोई चोरी करेगा वो नहीं चलेगा. And talking about moral rights, you should get name recognition. Okay, you should get name. This is what. Now, when you're stealing someone's work, you are taking away both the rights from that original creator, and therefore accordingly the penalty imposed goes in a very huge amount. See, the art of copying is known as plagiarism. My learners, many of you would be doing projects. Keep in your mind that at college level you would be thinking no one will come to know that your project has been copied. You have copied your project from some online source. But the day when you will go for interview, you will be asked that in your lower standards, did you had a project? What was the project? What did you learn from that project? What contribution you have made to your project? So simply, copying and pasting, Control C, Control V, it is known as plagiarism. And we as learners, we as educators, we as academicians should avoid this work of copying someone's work. Simplest definition of plagiarism is that you're presenting another person's work as your own. अपना नाम डाल के बता दे मैंने काम किया. जो ये कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में होता ही है. अपना जो सीनियर रहता है वो अपने को काम देता है, काम करो, हम काम करके उसको ईमेल करते हैं. नीचे से ईमेल से वो हमारा नाम हटा के अपना नाम डाल के अपने बॉस को भेजता है और बॉस सोचता है. दिस हैज हैपेंड विद सम ऑफ माय स्टूडेंट्स आल्सो. एंड the senior gets the promotion, और जो नीचे बेचारा जो काम करता है उसको promotion नहीं मिलता है. So one of my student had fought also, and then the management, they realized what this girl was saying was absolutely right. So they said her that you wait for 2 months, we will give you promotion. She said, no, I don't want the promotion. I don't want to continue here. That was her wordings. And then she got a better job in some good organization. So never steals anyone's work. Now see, what does the online dictionary says? To steal and pass off the idea or words of other as one's own. आप और किसी का राइट अप कॉपी करके लिखते हैं और ये बोलते हैं तो ये तो मेरा ही मैंने बनाया है. अच्छा चलो आपने कॉपी तो किया, लेकिन वो सोर्स बताओ, आपने ये कहाँ से लिया, कौन सा पेज नंबर से लिया, किसका मैगजीन से लिया, बुक का नाम क्या, वो सब बताना चाहिए. वो नहीं कर रहे हो आप. And when you're committing this literary theft, it is amounting to plagiarism. Please keep in mind, you should always be capable of presenting your new and original idea. You read the articles and you express in your own words, it will not be amounting to plagiarism. But when you're just directly copying and you make active into passive voice and passive into active voice, it is a pure form of copying someone's work without giving credit, and this is amounting to infringement. We do have a tools known as paraphrasing tool. आपने एक आर्टिकल का राइट अप कॉपी करके इसमें टूल में डाला, वो आपको कन्वर्ट करके देता है. But believe it, when you put it into the plagiarism, sites for checking the percentage of plagiarism, they will clearly state from where did you copy this product. And therefore, please don't go for any such site which is offering you many things free of cost, whether it be free paraphrasing or free plagiarism software tools. The best part is that you read the number of articles and try to express yourself in your own words. So these are the 10 ways in which, I'm to the slide number 35, 10 ways in which प्लेगेरिज्म हैपेंस. यू वुड बी थिंकिंग मैंने अपने वर्ड्स में लिखा, लेकिन क्या आपने सही सोर्स बताया? Okay, and many times you keep on writing the same thing in number of different ways. It is amounting to duplication, paraphrasing is there, repetitive research. एक already जो write up लिखा उसको ही आप दूसरे शब्दों में either same way अलग शब्दों में बताते हो, or you are giving some misleading attribution of what you're, or it is like you take from one site and you give the name of some other author. Okay, and there would be 100% copied material also. So please avoid that work, especially students who are submitting black book projects. Try to read the number of articles and then you express yourself in your own words. So this would not be amounting to plagiarism. So these are the 10 tips, some of the tips, very important tips that will help us to avoid plagiarism, especially those who are doing PhD or planning to go for PhD, or who are writing research articles, or who are doing minor, major research. So first step is always read and understand the original document. Number of times you should read. As many times you will read, you will understand how I can express in a very simple language as to what I've understood. Do not copy any word or sentence from the original document. Give proper citation. Proper citation means source आप बताओ, आपने book से लिया है या website से लिया है, ठीक है, या कोई video से आप ले रहे हो या journal से ये लिया है. Okay, and when you are visiting that particular website and you are trying to bring some copied stuff and showing on your article, in source, when you show, you will also get that you visited this site on this particular date. You will get the date and timings also. So that means you are giving due credit to the person from whose article you are referring some information. Common phrases and definition we need to give in quotation mark. Like if someone said do or die, yes, we cannot change the name of the person. We cannot change these wordings also. Always make a list of references from where you have referred. Original book से refer कर रहे या किसी ने original में से refer करके लिखा और आप उसकी book refer कर रहे तो आपको दोनों का reference देना है. And before you submit your research work, please cross verify whether all the references have been covered or not. And there are software tools in many libraries. You can upload your document and they will send you the report as to what is the percentage of similarity, how much percentage you have copied, and how much it is permitted. We should be knowing it. So when we visit this particular site, now this is a UGC site, you can take the screenshot and visit this site. See, this site is now trying to make our learners, our academicians very alert that when you're copying something, you will not be rewarded, but you will be punished. Okay, one is that. Second is more and more awareness about intellectual property rights we have to create among the academicians and learners. Every 6 months, wherever we get an opportunity for attending such events, we have to attend such programs to always refresh and keep in mind, copying is not permitted. It is a crime and it is also being punished, whether it be for a learner or it be for an academician. So you can click this link and keep, or you can write and keep somewhere. Please do visit this site and go through what is UGC giving us guidelines for doing research work, for submission of projects, for submission of PhD thesis and so on. So I'll be going to the next topic is the Patent Act. Most of the laws we got was because of the Britishers. And I remember in some sessions, students asked me that, ma'am, is it that we all became more alert about this intellectual property right after India getting independence? No, we had it long back. The time when we had in the Contract Act, Before that, we had many of these intellectual property laws that were brought by the Britishers for us. So we had it actually in the year 1970 and the rules in the year 1972. Recently, 1 year back, again, the new laws have come for patent and trademarks. We'll be seeing that also. But while going through the history, the first patent law could be seen in our country from the year 1856. Then in 1911, it was known as Patent and Designs Act. And after the Britishers leaving our country, we made our own patent acts in 1970 and patent rules in 1972. After that, there was an amendment in 2005. And then in 2020, we had, in the month of October, we got the patent amendment rules. Now, if you want to visit this site, you can type as ipindia.in करके टाइप कीजिए, लिख कर रखिए ipindia.gov.in और IP India भी करोगे तो आपको डायरेक्टली वो लिंक मिलेगा and it will be taking you. Now the page has been modified. Okay, and you will find on this particular page 5 particular important factors. One would be patent, one is trademarks, one is designs, one is geographical indication, and one is Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management. ये सेशन रखने की और एक वजह भी है that students who want to specialize in the field of intellectual property should be knowing what it is and whether this field will help you in generating good income. Yes. ये फील्ड बहुत आगे बढ़ते जा रहा है और अगर इसमें आप कुछ मास्टरी कर सकते हो तो आज बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज में हमको लोग चाहिए जो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स में स्पेशलाइजेशन है. So when you visit to all these 5 sites, okay, these 5 sites will be speaking about patents, trademarks, designs, geographical indications about their processes, frequently asked questions, what are the forms, and many more things, okay? And Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management, which is situated at Nagpur, is organizing many such events on intellectual property rights. Sometimes they are charging, sometimes it is free of cost. इनके सर्टिफिकेट का बहुत ही वेटेज है. सीखो इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट, स्पेशली कॉमर्स के बच्चों को बहुत काम आएगा. Those who are doing CS, CA, then later on they will be planning to go for LLB. Then they can also think of doing specialization in intellectual property rights. So what does patent means? See, a patent, it is a grant from the government which confers on the guarantee. It is for a very limited period of time, 20 years. The exclusive privilege of making, selling, and using the invention for which a patent has been granted. मैंने वो जो वीडियो दिखाया अभी बच्चे का, 5 साल के बच्चे को इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स यानी पेटेंट राइट्स मिला, उसको 20 साल के लिए मिला है. अभी वो बच्चे ने क्या सोचा कि हर टाइम जब ये बॉटल से पानी पीता हो तो पानी गिरता है, तो उसमें कुछ ऐसा होना चाहिए कि पानी ड्रेस पे नहीं गिरे. तो शायद उसके दिमाग में आइडिया रहेगा कि मटके में जो नल रहता है वो नल ये बॉटल में मैं फिक्स कर दूं. एंड ही क्रिएटेड अ न्यू टाइप ऑफ अ बॉटल. ऑब्वियसली 5 साल के बच्चे को नहीं मालूम रहता है कि इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स क्या है, बट द मदर एंड फादर वुड आर वेरी एक्टिव and they realize this is something new and they, the approach to this patent right office and they took some number of days to say, okay, this is something unique, ये आज तक किसी ने नहीं किया, आप patent right के लिए apply करो. और वो लोग ने apply किया और ultimately this child got this patent right for 20 years. One important statement this child made was कि ये bottle किसी को अगर बनाना है तो उसको मेरे से permission लेना पड़ेगा. So permission lena padega means it is not free of cost. Obviously, he will be charging some good amount to this person, whoever is ready to buy this design, this particular way of manufacturing plastic bottle. So why patent right is necessary? See, we would encourage everyone to go for research and development, to invent something new and to disclose. आपको जो नया करते हो वो समाज के लिए अगर बेनिफिशियल है तो समाज के लिए आपको आगे आना पड़ेगा और हम आपको मोटिवेट करेंगे. विल गिव यू द पेटेंट राइट. Okay, and then you can sell your discovery, invention to any such good organization. So in this way, it will be helping many industries also to undertake many new types of ventures, and a new technology will be developed. So 3 important parameters are there for which we need patent right. One is, it will, because of patent right, we are helping people to become more creative. Creative in the sense, you're mentally becoming more creative, you're able to generate exclusive ideas, and we don't want that ideas to be copied. We want that you should be rewarded, and that is the reason the person who is inventing something new, a very unique process, non-obvious, novel process, maybe a matter, material being invented, whatever it is, such person can get the patent right. Now, the question is, what can be patented? So I said it can be a unique process. It could be a unique machine. It could be a, you have made some unique composition of a matter, which is going to be useful. It is novel, and no one ever thought also, हमने कभी ऐसा सोचा भी नहीं था कि ये प्लास्टिक का बॉटल को ऐसा नल लगा देगा और इसका पेटेंट राइट मिलेगा. तो सोचो हमारे दिमाग में ऐसे कितने सारे आइडियाज आते हैं जो कभी हम लोग ने सोचा नहीं कि वी शुड अप्लाई फॉर द पेटेंट राइट. अगर आपका रेज्यूमे में एक भी आया ना कि आपके पास एक पेटेंट राइट है, कंपनी आपको ब्लाइंडली जॉब दे देगा. See this is an idea I have taken from a site known as National Innovation Foundation. ये स्कूल के बच्चे लोग ऐसे आइडियाज बनाते, और हाथ गाड़ी है, हाथ गाड़ी के ऊपर सोलर पैनल दिख रहा है. सोलर पैनल सोलर एनर्जी को ग्रैब कर रहा है. उधर से नीचे, गाड़ी के नीचे एक मशीन है जो सोलर एनर्जी को इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी में कन्वर्ट करती है. दिस पर्सन इज यूजिंग इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी फॉर आयनिंग द क्लोथ्स. ये बंदे का जगह का भाड़ा बच गया, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का बिल भी बच गया, और ये गली गली जाके कपड़ा इस्त्री करता है. नो उधारी, डायरेक्टली ऑन कैश बेसिस द ट्रांजेक्शन इज डन. ओके, सिमिलरली दिस आर द 4 थिंग्स. वन ऑफ दिस, ये शू वाला जो एग्जाम्पल है, वो लॉकडाउन के टाइम पे कंपनी ने बच्चों के पास से खरीदा, जो बच्चे लोग ने ये आइडिया को क्रिएट किया था. ऑल दिस एग्जाम्पल्स आर टेकन फ्रॉम नेशनल इनोवेशन फाउंडेशन साइट. सी, व्हेन वी वर्क, we already have energy, one form of energy getting converted into another form of energy. That energy will be absorbed by a material which is in the sole of the shoe, and it would be converting that energy into electrical energy. You have the USB, socket where you can plug in USB and connect with your mobile or whatever it is. And the plus point is that it will be saving your electricity bill. Similarly, the second one is, the farmer is harvesting crop and he gets hurt with the tool. तो टूल का हैंडल में ही फर्स्ट एड का किट है, बैंडेज है, डेटॉल है, कॉटन पॉड है, ठीक है ना, सब कुछ उसमें रखा है ताकि आपको भागना ना पड़े. एंड विथ फर्स्ट एड एटलीस्ट यू कैन स्टॉप द ब्लीडिंग. दिस ह्यूज मशीनरी विच लुक्स लाइक द ट्रेन इंजिन, इट इज अ पोटैटो वेफर मेकिंग मशीन. जो बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज है पोटैटो वेफर्स बनाती है, ये ऑटोमेशन से ही बनता है. खाली 2 वर्कर्स लगते हैं. एक जगह पे एक बंदा सिर्फ आलू का थैली, आलू इधर सब ड्रम में डालते जाएगा, एंड one person be required at the drum side corner wherein the fried wafers would be coming out, and he would be collecting and assembling at one particular place. Excuse me, 1 minute. The 4th one is a unique innovation by the children. Especially after certain age, people do have the habit to walk in sleep. And we do not, when we are having a sound sleep, we don't come to know कि हम जब सो रहे थे, नींद में थे, तब क्या हुआ. So people who have this habit of insomnia, they walk in sleep, and then to search them the next day is a big question. So a student generated an idea, why not such a person be made to wear a wristwatch, and an alarm is kept in such a way that when he starts walking, the buzzer will be on, and people will become awake. They will awake and they will immediately catch this person and bring him home back. So out of these 4 innovative ideas, one was already sold last year. Yeah, please take the screenshot of this slide. Visit this site and you will be having enormous interest being generated towards learning more and more about intellectual property rights. So that 5-year patent right was granted, that video we have seen. This is a type of a certificate. The intellectual property site would be Government of India gives to the patent right holder for a period of 20 years. Okay. Similarly, packaging was copied. So there was a dispute between Samsung and Apple, where actually Samsung blamed that Apple is copying his design, their technology, and so on. But when this matter went into the court of law, the verdict was that the Samsung electronic flagship Galaxy smartphone, they look very similar to Apple iPhone. And the jury found that Samsung was guilty of infringing on Apple's design patent. And therefore, the judgment came in the favor of Apple iPhone, wherein Samsung was forced to pay around $1.049 million US dollars. And apart from that, US also banned Samsung product to be sold in the US market. Similarly, Nokia and Oppo, I think there was one session recently somewhere organized by one of the college. And maybe since we don't read newspapers or we are not visiting many of the sites, we are not updated. So the question is, ma'am, Oppo ने बहुत सारा डिजाइन्स कॉपी किया है नोकिया का, तो उस पे क्यों पेटेंट राइट इंफ्रिंजमेंट का केस नहीं हुआ है हमको नहीं मालूम है, क्योंकि हम न्यूज़पेपर्स पढ़ते नहीं है, हम अपडेटेड नहीं है. And they found out the body structure was almost same. So Oppo was forced to pay around 3 euros per phone to Nokia for the number of mobiles that they had sold till that particular moment of time. And this was valid till June last year. Tata Nano was a very unique car, an affordable car. But when, they had informed in the market that they are going to launch this type of a car, which even a middle class family can intend of buying, they had brought lot of innovations, and around 37 inventions have been having the patent right. कुछ मशीन जो आगे रहती है उनको पीछे शिफ्ट किया, तो उनका साइज अलग किया, उनका स्ट्रक्चर अलग किया, and in that way they were able to produce an affordable car. So in fact, Tata itself has 37 patent rights against their nano car and the accessories. So this particular slide is showing you the different images of the soft drinks that we are consuming. Slight color variations would be there, because when we see in original, there's a difference in the green color of various such soft drinks product. Each product has a unique way of representing their symbol, their colors, the shape of the body of this bottle, and so on. So the Trademark Act of 1999, the main objective was to register trademark who are applying within the country for better protection of their symbols, signs, promotional messages for goods and services, and also to prevent fraudulent use of their mark. So the last amendment that we could see in trademark was in 2017. So same site you will be visiting, ipindia.gov.in, and you can find out कैसे कितने कंपनी की ट्रेडमार्क्स, सिंबल्स है, साइंस है, बॉटल का स्ट्रक्चर है या अल्फाबेट लिखने का स्टाइल कॉपीड किया गया है, and what has happened and what amount of penalty people had to pay because of infringement. So when you see a sign of TM, it shows that the goods are under the process of registration. They are actually unregistered trademark. Once they get registered, they will be able to use symbol of R's encircled. Similarly, for the type of services, we have service mark, SM, but you have to go for registration. So blindly also, without seeing this slide, you can say trademark will be name, it could be a word, it could be a phrase, logo, symbol, design, image, sound, or it could be combination of many visual, unvisual, visible signs and non-visible signs. Like on the basis of fragrance also we understand it is of which particular perfume. Or when you're eating something, from the texture you are able to understand it is which particular product. So the purpose of this particular trademark, see, I have shared here 4 examples. See the bottle of Coca-Cola and the way Coca-Cola C is written. Same way McDonald's sign and the promotional slogan is I'm loving it. Orange was a SIM card, which was later on purchased by Vodafone, and today it is Vodafone Idea. Volkswagen is the sign of car. Okay, and every symbol has certain meaning, and also the colors that are used, they have a specific meaning. Now see, when you go in a shop, नहाने का साबुन चाहिए. Shopkeeper will say, भाई कौन सा चाहिए बोलो, 50 नहाने के साबुन मार्केट में आते हैं. Now you have to describe. Sometimes you may be able to see on the basis of perfume, or you may say it is being promoted by whom, or maybe what is the promotional message of that product. Then like एक मोती साबुन करके आता है जिसका स्ट्रक्चर मोती शेप का है, पर्ल शेप का है. Okay, that you can do it. और यू कैन से ग्रीन कलर का पैकिंग है तो आपके सामने 5 ग्रीन कलर के पैकेट रख दिए गए. मेडिमिक्स है, रेक्सोना है, मार्गो है, डेटॉल है, हमाम है, लिरिल है. 5 तो मैंने बोले, 5 से ज्यादा हो गया. And then from that you have to select. So when you select, it may be on the basis of, seeing the packing, or maybe color, or maybe the fragrance also. So that is amounting to the trademark of the product. See, what are the advantages? We know today people have a very healthy practice of copying. A person does hard work and it is being, stolen away by someone else. And what happens is finally the customers at the other end are being cheated. So we want that, yes, we want to sell the branded product. We don't want the customers to get cheated. We want to be loyal to them, and we also expect them to be loyal to us. And also, if anyone is trying to copy our product, such a person need to be punished. Okay, so that is the reason we go for trademark registration. So this is also another site which you can visit, ipindia.nic.in, and you will get a lot of information when you're visiting such government sites about what are the different types of intellectual property rights they are dealing, how they help in registration, and many more things. So what happens, suppose if someone has stolen, अभी एक सेमिनार में एक बच्चा मेरे को पूछता है that मैम एक प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आता है सनी फिनाइल, मे भी फिनाइल बना के बेचेगा सेम बॉटल करके, सिर्फ नाम बदलेगा. मतलब नाम बदलेगा तो सनी का स्पेलिंग होता है SUNNY. He said, ma'am, I will write as SOUNY, something like that. I said, see, educated person will become alert, but what happens if the person is not literate? It is a very clear intention of cheating. And when you are being caught because you have done similar bottle, similar color of phenyl, similar way of writing name, but only alphabets have changed. So it may go in crores of rupees. Sometimes it may also go for term of imprisonment. Hence, never do trademark infringement work. See, the original product was North Face. किसी ने वो प्रोडक्ट कॉपी किया और डाल दिया नाम साउथ बर्ड. स्टारबक्स कॉफी का सिंबल देखो, स्टारबक्स हो जाता है स्टारबंग. ओके, एंजॉय कोको कोला बिकम्स किंग कोला. सो कोला सुनेगा तो उसको लगता है हाँ वही है जो हम लोग सोचते हैं, लेकिन वो नहीं है. सो दिस आर प्योर एग्जांपल्स ऑफ ट्रेडमार्क इन्फ्रिंजमेंट. ओरियो एंड फैबियो बिस्किट्स का ये जनवरी 2020 में हुआ. पैकिंग का कलर सेम है, चॉकलेट का टेक्सचर देखो थोड़ा डिजाइन अलग है, बाकी दोनों का पैकिंग वगैरह सब देखो, बिस्किट का फ्लेवर देखो, उसका स्ट्रक्चर देखो, इट्स ऑलमोस्ट सेम. So yes, someone had filed case against Parle Fabio. It was on behalf of Oreo that they have copied their product. Trademark infringement hai ye. Now, a small case study about Amul, the taste of India. Many times people use this word, they love it, but ऐसा 3 इंसिडेंट एक्चुअली ऑल ओवर इंडिया में हो चुका है. 2 गुजरात में हुआ, 1 कैलकाटा में हुआ. One of the shopkeeper, optician shop, gave the name to his shop as Amul Chashmaghar. And there was another cut piece house center which gave the name as Amul Cut Piece House Center. कैलकाटा वाले ने अमूल का स्पेलिंग में थोड़ा कुछ चेंजेस किया था. In all these 3 cases, it was clearly that this is trademark infringement. Amul cannot be used for any product or services. It is exclusively to be used by Amul company itself. And finally, they were given certain time period to change their nameplates. Name boards change करने को उनको कहा गया. Similarly, natural ice creams का भी ये चल रहा है. Actual natural ice cream का कब क्या है और डुप्लीकेट क्या है ये लोगों को मालूम नहीं है. लेकिन जब ये एक्चुअल कंपनी को पता चला तो उसने डुप्लीकेट कंपनी के ऊपर केस किया था. And see the last paragraph, what I'm saying. The plea sought to restrain the defendant Gujarat-based company for using the same trademark name for their products and seeking nearly rupees 150 crore damage compensation for infringing its trademark. ठीक है ना, 150 करोड़ का, क्योंकि आप नेचुरल्स बोल रहे तो लोगों को लगता है वही नेचुरल से, लेकिन शायद लोगों ने एक्चुअल ओरिजिनल नेचुरल और डुप्लीकेट नेचुरल में ए अल्फाबेट जो पीछे आता है एल के पहले उधर देखा नहीं क्या है. ठीक है ना, एक जगह पे कोन करके उल्टा कोन करके रखा है. एंड therefore they were found to be involved in trademark infringement. ना ये लंबे से ये स्लाइड को आप देखोगे तो आपको लगेगा अमूल, लेकिन एकदम नजीक आकर आप देखते हो तो इसके ऊपर लिखा हुआ है अनूल. Now we literate become aware because we know अमूल का स्पेलिंग है AMUL, whereas ये अनूल का स्पेलिंग आता है ANUAL. So we have to be cautious. This is right now happening in Mumbai market in many localities. लोगों को पता नहीं चलता है कि वो लोग ओरिजिनल नहीं डुप्लीकेट प्रोडक्ट खरीद रहे. So this is what a bit of my knowledge I had shared to generate interest among the learners to think of making their careers in intellectual property rights. So the session we are finishing over here, and now we can have question and answers. Gaurang sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, can you please stop presenting?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There are, ma'am, a few students from the masters. Okay, so they have some doubts regarding the research work. So I request Neha Mishra to ask her query.
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, I just wanted to know that I'm pursuing for masters. So can you please tell me something about the Blue Book citation?
See, there are various ways. If you're having a guide, the guide can, or your librarian will be the right person to say how to write down the citation. Okay, how to write down the citation. So even if you read the research articles, there also you can come across the methods of writing citation. That is, we are showing the source. We show the source from where it has been taken. Okay, and the name of the book, for example. First, we write down the author's name, then we, cite in which year this book was or the article was published, the name of that article, who was the publisher, and from which page numbers you have taken. That is very important. That is the right way of giving the citation. And if you're going for online citation, तो जब आप ऑनलाइन जाते हो वहां से कुछ भी कॉपी करोगे और यहाँ पे सोर्स में बताते हो ना, तो क्लियर कट वहां पे वो भी आएगा कि आपने ये डेट पे ये पर्टिकुलर साइट पे विजिट किया है. I hope I have cleared your doubt.
Yes, ma'am.
Vilba, now you can ask.
Yes.
Ma'am, my question is, if I wish to register my logo, how can I register that?
Okay, very first thing is you have to visit the site which I have given. Okay, for trademark. Okay, visit that site. You will have number of, many people ask the questions, frequently asked questions. Very first thing you have to see whether you have, there is some similarity of your logo matching with some other products, trademark or symbol. I came across with this question wherein one of my student, not from my college, it was from other college, in a session, pointed out that he draws the trade logos and he wants to get it registered for the companies. He had actually applied for online registration and his plea was, rejected. But when it was rejected, he was also informed that why it is being rejected, because the very first alphabet was matching with the product which was already registered and had a trademark, and the color was also matching. So he was asked to change the way of writing the alphabet and also the color scheme. So do visit that site, ipindia.gov.in. ट्रेडमार्क है उसमें, वो लिंक को, ट्रेडमार्क को क्लिक कीजिए, आपको पूरा प्रोसेस भी समझ में आ जाएगा. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Durva is there, ma'am.
Yeah.
Durva, you can ask.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am,
Good
my
afternoon.
question is, what is plagiarism and how much it is allowed?
Did you remember I shared one slide, I block करके मैंने UGC का link मैंने share किया था?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in that site, it is clearly saying for projects and for PhD thesis, it should be not more than 10%. Okay. Now plagiarism is, we are having many paid sites like Turnitin is there. I am not able to remember, many of the Quebec is there. Number of such plagiarism sites are there, and they expect you to pay some nominal fees, and you upload your article and they will send you the entire report as to how much percentage it is, having copied material. अच्छा, suppose आपने copy भी किया, citation बराबर दिया है, ठीक है ना, तो वो plagiarism में नहीं आएगा. तो 10% तक समझ कर चलो कि आपको allowed है, उसके ऊपर allowed नहीं है.
Ma'am, it is applicable to all the universities?
Yes, UGC says to all the universities.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, I guess no more questions are there.
सर मैं एक important instructions देना चाहती हूँ बच्चों को. See, first thing is visit that site ipindia.gov.in one, and one site is of UGC. Just give me 1 minute so that I can share it in the chat box also. Just 1 minute. Huh? And what are the punishments also for the same? Many times they may reject your project if the moment they come to know it is more than 10%. And for academicians, they may lose the, promotion for a period of one particular term. 1 second, I'll be sharing in the chat box so that it would make this very easy for the students. Chat box is, yes. Yeah, it is blog.ipleaders.in/UGC rules. This is regarding plagiarism. It is applicable to students and academicians of all the universities. तो बच्चों, जब आप प्रोजेक्ट सबमिट करते हो बहुत ध्यान से करना, because suppose if the college is not checking, tomorrow if university has certain doubts, they may ask you to submit plagiarism report, and at that time you cannot say I copied, abhi मैं इसको correction करके देगा. That won't be possible. So better is to take precaution when you're preparing your project books. Yes, sir. Yeah, surely, sir.
Just a moment, ma'am. There is one question on YouTube.
Yes.
Shreya is asking, I'm occasionally writing the short stories that are around 2 to 5 sentences long. Can I register those stories for the copyright even though they are not,
yes.
They are only for few sentences? So she is writing basically the stories for maybe for 2 to 5 sentences. So can she
No
register
worries.
for it?
Yes, she has to go ahead for registration under copyright. And charges for going for copyright registration is very nominal. But the thing is, no one can copy. In case if anyone copies, she will be getting a very good monetary benefit because of infringement happening, for the violation that is happening. She should go, even if she is writing one sentences of promotional messages for product in her own way, a very creative way. She has to get it registered.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. So we'll move to the final part of this particular guest lecture, that is of thanks. So I'm first of all thankful to Dr. Hema Mehta ma'am for us in my department. Since from 2-3 years I'm under her guidance. We have conducted many sessions as well as she's also enlightened our students and knowledge for the better perform the students from the PG also they will be getting help of it in their dissertation, as well as our teachers will also are motivated towards for the research work. So they will also get opportunity in the research work. So they will also use this knowledge for their further research projects. I'm also thankful to our principal, Dr. Madhav Rajwade sir, for giving us this opportunity to arrange this wonderful session. I'm also thankful to today's the chief guest, that is Pramodini Sawan Madam, Vice Principal, Sathe College, and Dr. Dattatran Nerkar sir, who is our Vice Principal and IQSC Coordinator. And I'm also thankful to the junior college supervisors and assistant principal for extend their support to us. And finally, I'm very much thankful to all the audience and the students, okay, from the UG and PG for being an enthusiastic audience. And now with the permission of Dr. Hema Mehta ma'am and the Pramodini Sawan ma'am, I will conclude this session with this vote of thanks. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay home, stay safe. And I request to everyone that kindly submit the feedback form. I have pasted the link in the chat box of the YouTube also, as well as in the Zoom also. So you will be getting the participation certificate on your provided email addresses. So please do that, and the link will be closed within the next 30 minutes. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, sir.